Test, test. Hey everybody, so today we will be doing a ranking of the Pokemon Conquest characters. Hey everyone, so today we'll be doing a ranking of all the Pokemon Conquest Warlords. So, let's take a look at our tier list. So, first up we have the main lord. That's going in a solid B+. Pulling up their ability, changes, but let's just go with courage because that's a good example. So it just range by 2 and attack by 2 for 1 turn. That's okay, but the main thing that holds it back is the fact it has to use the evolutions. Now the evolutions are not terrible, but the problem is most of them don't have the best range. Like looking at the evolutions, we have trying to see which ones. Flareon, directly in front, might burn. That's not very good. Hydro Pump is pretty good. Isocrast, that one's pretty good. It has, oh no, it has Icy Wind. My bad. Oh god, no. Leaf Blade, actually pretty good. It makes a good single damage. Psybeam, that's okay. Yeah, Psybeam's good. So, because of its mediocre, I'm putting in B. Next, we have. What's her name? When they Google all these names because they're trying to find the name. Not Kochi, the other one. Trying to find it. Nenny. She goes in D tier. She is not very good. So her ability, Nintonipo, for 1 turn, all moves against it, the warrior's Pokemon has an accuracy of 0, which is okay. The problem is her linked Pokemon, Golbat and Crobat, don't hit very hard. Like pulling it up here. Golbat has Cross Poison, which is pretty good, but the rest of the evolutionary line is not very good. You know what? Okay, I don't think she's beat. I think she's beat here. He's also a C tier. The problem with him. So, for the sake of this, I'm going to talk about their legendaries and their non-legendaries. So, for legendaries, they have. So for I'm trying to pull up his name. So Shingen, he has Rhyperior and Groudon. Rhyperior is not very good for the reason of you need to have him 4 squares away from everything, which makes him basically impossible to hit. On the other hand, Earth Power is very good, but the problem is you need Ground On, which means you have to evolve. You have to do a Legendary Hunt, and he's one of the more. He's not the most annoying, but he's definitely probably on the list of one of the last legendaries you get, because his mission is very kind of slow to unlock. And his ability, I don't think it saves him much. Rally. Raises defense and attack, which is actually pretty good. For 3 turns, well, that actually might put you up to... yeah, but your Pokemon still sucks. Next we have... Pulling it up. Masume. So, he's okay. This is warrior skill. One-Eyed Dragon. So he has a very good warrior skill. But the problem is, he has a very bad Pokemon. So, he has the third evolution of the Gen 5 bird, which, if I can pull it up. Sorry, the second evolution of the Gen 5 bird, which I can pull it up. And it only has access to Skydrop. Now, the problem with Skydrop is it doesn't do enough damage for what it does. So it does very little damage. That's why he kind of goes so low. Schengen, immediate S tier. He has access to Mewtwo, which hits incredibly hard. His normal Pokemon has good range. Galate does really good. The only problem is to unlock his evolution, you need to finish his chapter. You will not get his chapter for a while, but he is still an S tier Lord. There's really no complaints with this guy. You're an F tier. He requires you to use a defensive tank that neither is defensive nor tanky. Like, I don't even remember this guy's ability because it's not that good. Let's see, what do you do, Grace? Oh god, that is just bad. Restores HP, but put them to sleep. For 3 turns, increases energy, 1 extra charge. Yeah, that's not very good. So yeah, this dude's F tier. Along with that, you have to use fucking the Pinecone line, which, no. A lot of these will be in the C and D tier. So let's rock out another trio of just absolute suckers. Where's the third guy? So all 3 of these have the exact same problem, where they just kind of suck. Like, really suck. The problem with them is they have a mediocre ability, they have mediocre Pokemon, and they are basically impossible to get. Which is not a very good combination. The problem with these ones is basically the only way to get them is outside their story chapter, which is so short that you'll never evolve them, is you have to find them just randomly in some of the other missions. And neither of them hit hard enough that to make up for this really annoying effect. Sorry, I'm just. Okay, we're back. So that's the problem with these three is they're just really bad availability. Let's run through and let's put in an S tier. This is probably one of the best warlords in the game. He has a pretty good ability with increasing your defense and, if I'm correct, also attack. If I'm correct, unrivaled. Yeah, so one for 4 turns, so he will probably increase. He will probably always have a higher attack range. Yeah, he doesn't buff all your Pokemon, but he has access to Dialga, a 6 square ranged attack that does a shit ton of damage and will probably one shot whatever you aim it at. And in this game, Dark is a very good type. Even outside of having arguably the best legendary in the game, he still has some. His bond is still a pretty good one. It's Metagross with Meteor Match, which, yeah, it doesn't have the best range, but it still hits pretty hard. Next is. Let's go to Hiroyoshi. So these kind of get swinged. If you have access to a good legendary, you tend to have a bit of advantage. Because even with the one problem with him is his legendary and final form is a Wi-Fi episode thing only. But outside of that, he's still a very good. Even with his Infernate, he still hits really hard. The one problem is he's kind of a glass cannon, so he'll die to like any water type. Fire spin, despite the fact it's only a single star, it does so much damage that it does not matter. It'll hit 4 to 5 times. You're good. Like, he's definitely an S tier. Nobunaga, he's pretty good. The problem with him is his legendaries are very hard to get. You need to get 80% in his own chapter to evolve him, and outside of that, you need to linked with High Dragon, which is kind of annoying to get outside of spawn. So he is a Dragon type user, which makes him very good because Dragon types basically all have Dragon Breath. So he'll basically in every early game he'll do like 80 damage. He'll instantly kill anything in front of it in an early game. She goes D tier. The problem with her is she doesn't do a lot of damage, and I don't think her warrior skill is very good. Yeah, Sweet Song Capacin. Raises defense by 2. That sounds good, but it doesn't really. Raising defense, it basically means she will survive one turn, but she's dying on the next turn. Plus, Frost Blast isn't very good. Okay, he's not. The problem with him is if you want to actually do damage, you need Raichu. The problem is Raichu doesn't do damage, and he has a range of pretty much nothing. And his ability really does not make up with it. Lazy Bones, yeah. Like, it does not make up with it. Yeah, like, block a crits, which is already a random thing. This is more just an unlucky situation. And status ailments, except for the one you probably want to block. Like, every other status ailment is kind of rare in this game, except for specific gimmicks. Except for the one that is pretty common with flinching, because a lot of early game Pokemon use it. He goes here. The problem with... I know. The problem with him is his linked Pokemon all have a range of basically nothing, so he does not move anywhere. And he just increases defense, which, gonna be honest, at least for him, isn't that useful. Like, I think it just increases defense by a very ton. Yeah, defense by 3 stages for 1 turn. So he won't die, but he won't be doing much. And his Pokemon don't even have high attack stats. She is another C tier. Problem with her is she just doesn't do a lot of damage. That is pretty much all. A lot of these C tiers are kind of interchangeably. Like, most of these are going to end up in C tier. I have to put not A tier. I'm gonna put him B. The thing about him is, while he's not very good normally, he's very good in the ninja missions because he will just wipe out whatever's in front of him. Because he just does a lot of damage with a dark type attack. So that's kind of what puts him so high. In normal missions, he's not very good, but with the ninja missions, he does so much damage that it does not matter. Oh, I grabbed her. I even have to put her D tier. She has the same problem as he does, where he needs a shit ton of range to hit something. The only problem with that is she has a lot less useful Pokemon, and I don't think her ability is not as good. Ochaka, she is pretty good. The problem with her is she's very squishy, and very late to evolve. So until you evolve her, she will probably always die in every match you use her in. The one good thing is she puts things to sleep, and she's very consistent at healing status ailments, which is very useful. And she's a bit more consistent than he is. Next, he is an B tier. He uses Lucario, which makes it very nice, and he increases. If I'm correct, he does something weird. If I'm correct, he's one of the ones with like kind of the weirder effects. Oh no, he has all guaranteed hits. That's why he's actually pretty good. It's because in some missions you'll be using a lot of dragon types with Dragonet Rage, so if you can get him and just use that, you'll clear a lot of missions very quickly. Him, B tier, he increases strength and decreases defense. And then he just hits things forward. Really not a lot to say about this. Next, the Element Trio. They are also B tier as they don't. Their Pokemon. You're a bit higher. The problem is the main three elements aren't very good in this game because they get countered very easily by everything else. And he has a range of all around him, which is actually kind of hard to use because that means you can never have anything around him. He has a very nice range, but the problem is he keeps moving everything back, which actually it's not as useful as you think it would be because now it's a lot harder to combo. He has to go in A tier. He has a very good legendary that just does a shit ton of damage to a single Pokemon. The problem is his regular Pokemon has no attack stat, so you will not be doing damage with him until you get a legendary. He just sits there. He also goes A tier. He's in a similar boat as Hashi. They basically have the same regular Pokemon, just he has more defense. Flame Wheel is a very good attack. It does a ton of damage. Domacha, she is also a B tier. One downside about her is she will probably hit your teammates when you're trying to hit, but she has a really improved speed by 1. In this is what kind of makes her so good is you can use this and then if with Fire Blast can flinch like 4 Pokemon in a turn, which it's kind of OP. Like, it's not OP, but, like, it's cheesy. Him, another C tier. He increases another basic stat buff. Where is it? I can't even find him. Just gives a very basic stat buff. Am I like blind? Yeah, so he has something weird. He has a very specific effect. So, in theory, he can do a lot of damage, but you need to be running pretty much an exclusive female team and not have them die. And the female warlords in this game aren't very good as like pulling all them up, with the exception of your commander, who can be male, but we're just going to use we're not going to include the commanders in this. Like, not very good. I mean, actually, No, yeah, no. Actually, she's pretty good. You don't count because you can be male. You're pretty good. Not very good. I don't even know what gender you are because that's how little I use you. Okay. 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 Not pretty good. You might be a guy. So next up, we are going with him. He's pretty good. He's kind of in between. Where is he? Him, where he moves very slow, but he actually does damage and has a kind of okay range. Plus, he increases attack, which is nice. Him, he's a D tier. He has a very good range. He actually basically has the exact same range as basically a copy of Pipluck, but can fly. But the problem is, it has, for some reason, they only gave him a movement of like 2, which means this guy won't be moving anywhere. And when you're a when you're a fire flame type, not being able to move is not very useful because you will just be sniped by something. You are not very good. Okay, now he's pretty good. Hits pretty hard. No real complaints I have with him. Just solid hits. Does damage. Yada. Him, Kadabra. He's definitely up there. He has one of the more useful buffing abilities, which I'm correct. There's Kenshi. Actually, I'm gonna move Naga up. I completely forgot how good his evolved form is. Yeah, so he restores 80 and increases it by 2 stage for 1 turn. He's very good for a Ooga Booga attack. She's okay. Mischievous is a bit annoying because it's one of the ones where it doesn't hit directly in front of it. It hits one square ahead. This is the other gender of the male character. So I'm gonna put them on top of. Okay, I'm gonna put him slightly ahead, and that's only because the one buff that this guy can do. Outside that, there is literally no benefit for these being separated. Her pretty good. She has her Pokemon has Future Sight, which can be useful. Of you put her to front, hit, take a bit of damage, have her retreat, and then you can dual combo, and a lot of stuff will die with that combo. Heizo, Gengar, you have the exact same problem as her, where you have to attack from 2 ranges away. Her, not very good. She is in the boat of does not hit very hard, and her Pokemon's is not very good. It's a 3 area dark type attack, which doesn't hit very hard. Finally, she is not very good on the first hit, but because of Fiery Dance, she will be pretty much always having stat +1, which means she will probably be doing a lot of damage. So, thanks for coming. This is my ranking of all the Warlords in Pokemon Conquest. Tell me what you think and if you have any suggestions.